I wanted to do this video. This is how I usually look in my studio. I wear pajamas a lot. I wear the same apron. I usually look a little bit like let's just say, usually not camera ready. Let's just say that. Anyways, I wanted to do this video because I really wanted to give a shout out. My heart is beyond, I can't believe it. Yesterday in the mail, I'm gonna show you guys this present that I got, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Aida and Garrity. Oh, yikes, look at this. I mean, it's incredibly heavy. I'm gonna say it has to be 16 pounds or more, 20, I really don't know. I mean, it's heavy. So Aida had posted, her and her husband were in the New York video. So if anyone goes back a few videos, Artist Diaries, when Scott and I were staying at the National Arts Club, they came in to see Kathy Anderson's show. And she's a lovely, wonderful artist, and we've known her for many, many years. And we got to know them a little bit more in New York. Delightful couple. And we were talking about this Thomas Wilmer Dewing book that she bought. And I'd seen her post it, and I was like, oh my God, I wanted that book. So I was like, holy cow, I didn't even know this book existed. You know, I'm gonna do an actual whole video. Probably put some of it on YouTube and some of it like a more in-depth thing on our Patreon, because Thomas Wilmer Dewing and his wife were really, really influential. Oh my God, influential. Gotta put the L in there. Influential. Okay, now I'm nervous. Yeah. I think I really became aware of his work in I don't know if it was 96 or 97, I think on the second trip that Scott and I did to New York City. And it just so happens that while we were there, this is before the internet, right? You get those pamphlets that tell you what's happening in, I think it was Time Out or something, or what's happening in the city. And you'd see them on street corners. And we picked one up, and there happened to be a show of Dewing at the Brooklyn Museum of Art. And we figured it out. We found out how to take the subway, and literally there's a subway stop right next to the Brooklyn Museum of Art. So it was super easy. Just got on, direct, got up, saw the show. And it was one of those experiences that really, really seared itself into my brain, because he did these pastels, and I don't know why. I always felt that one day I'm going to do that. One day you know how it just, you have that vision, you go, it's seared into your brain, and you go, holy cow, I've never seen this before. And someday I'm going to do something similar. And I think he's also one of the people, along with Richard Schmid, that impressed upon me that works on paper, dry media, is just as important. And the great thing, oh my God, the great thing about this 2-box set is that one whole book is on his oil paintings. And he was one of those artists that hung around with all those famous artists in the late 1800s, early 1900s, Sargent, and Bunker, and just, I'm kind of losing my mind right now. Just so many people, all those people. And then one whole book on his pastels. Anyways, thank you, Aida. Thank you so much. It really was the most thoughtful gift, and you just don't know how happy this made me, and I hope I can do something for you, that will be equal. Anyways, because I know a lot of people won't be able to afford this book, and what I really want to do is just do really in-depth videos showing you details, because some of these paintings are in private collection. And a lot of times when we look at Pinterest or we look at images of art, they're not the greatest. And so I'm hoping to get some, really good images. Scott will help me with a digital camera, and also just read some of his history and just kind of share it with you guys for all the people who can't see this book. So I just wanted to say thank you, Ida. Sometimes Scott just likes taking a break and cutting down trees. He's been doing this the last couple days. You see all these things down here? I don't know if it's therapy. I mean, I guess he knows what he's doing. Scott, you're positive this is safe?
Yes.
Why don't you just let it fall naturally now?
I'm letting it go exactly where I want over here, but there's trees here, so it's caught on some of those.
Well, just let it stay then. When?
Well, I don't want to take those down, but if I have to, I will. But I should be able to just hit it with a sledgehammer and it'll slip off and then fall to the side.
Oh my God. I think your fantasy is to literally cut down every tree we have on our property.
I'm trying to save the ones that are leaning away from the solar panels in your studio. So that one was leaning this way.
Okay.
So I put wedges in.
Oh, okay.
And cut out a thing, and then I pounded the wedges in to make it fall that direction.
All right. And you can't just leave it like that.
Well, I'm just going to knock it off of this pedestal, and then it'll go off that way. You see how it's just...
Okay.
Right.
All right.
You can do it if you like.
I don't want to do it. I'd prefer you not to do it. Maybe you should wear safety glasses. The wood is splattering. Scott.
Just the bark?
Well, no, wear some safety glasses because it's sparking. Unbelievable. I don't get this. This is a guy thing. I mean, whoa, it's splittering everywhere. How many trees did you cut down?
4.
4. So this one looks like it came towards me. Is that supposed to have been that way?
This one was the hardest one because it was aiming directly to the
Yeah, but
solar panels.
why is it lying towards me? Shouldn't you have made it go that way?
It was impossible to make it go that way. It was leaning too much this way. I would have had to use a whole bunch of ropes, which I would have had to get ladders way up. So what I did is I tied it off to a tree over there.
Yeah.
To it. And so it wanted to fall this way, but because of that rope there, it fell this way. So I had
But
to
now
go.
you have to cut all this up.
Yeah, I'll just cut this stuff off and throw it
Unbelievable.
into the thing. Yeah, so, but anyways, and then the other bigger one, that one was a little of a challenge too, this last one. I really didn't want to cut these trees down, but it was wanting to go, this way, okay?
Because you just know it wanted to.
Well, it was leaning that way, and the
Okay.
branches were hanging over that way. So that
Alright.
the center of gravity would have pulled it this way.
Oh my gosh.
So I could have done it over here.
Yeah,
really
I know. You
wanted
just
to.
like cutting, like all these trees, you just
So I put up the big ladder.
you just
all the way
killed
up,
them.
And I tied a rope to it. And then
Well,
I
Scott,
pulled it in.
I hope it was worth it.
So it went that way.
Okay. Scott and I came over to visit our chickens and to give them some scraps. And I have not seen this rooster. So the chicks are gonna come and just stay in this like enclosed house. And then once they get used to that, then he'll let them out probably, I don't know, I mean, it's up to David, he's the expert.
Well, you can close this. That
Oh.
way they're protected from hawks.
Oh
It
yeah.
has chicken wire on the top and sides. And then they go in here.
Oh, look at all that.
They go
mud.
in here to roost. Whoops, this has gotten a little bit.
Look at how beautiful this rooster is. I mean,
Aren't they
whoa.
pretty?
Look at those feathers. Look at that color. Oh,
This is what we hear in the morning.
and this is a beautiful black one that has kind of iridescent green. So you guys better get along with my chickens. I'm not joking.
That's his harem. the chickens.
Oh, this is neat. Look at how he makes like little steps. So the chickens, I wonder if they've actually ever even gone up these steps before. David loves creating little playtimes areas for them. Let me get a good close. Wow, you're so beautiful.
See the spurs on the back of his
Oh
feet?
my God.
So they will
I didn't even notice those spurs on the back of his
They will
legs.
sometimes go to attack you with those.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't even notice
They're
that.
pretty dangerous, but some roosters are really aggressive.
Look at all these old doors. So how many, he doesn't have that many chickens right now.
They're out in the yard now, so they're,
Oh, they
they're
are?
all eating grubs and things out
Oh,
in the yard.
okay.
So see these guys here and over here.
Oh, okay, so there's two out
There's
there.
probably some in there.
Okay,
but
and
I
then
don't
this
know.
is
I
inside.
don't know how many it has. So they can go in and out of this door here.
Oh my gosh, look at this cozy place.
And over here is where they'll usually lay.
And that's where they
You
roost, huh?
can lay the eggs in here. Well, roosting is on on these bars.
Oh, that's roosting.
Okay, so they just sit on these, and then they have their heat lamp, and it's attached to a timer, so that in the winter there'll be 12 hours of light. Otherwise, they won't lay eggs if it gets too much dark. And then they can sit in here. David must have collected.
And you
eggs
can get them
already.
from the outside.
The eggs, and then you can just lift that up and get them out.
Oh,
Although
that's...
sometimes they like to hide them, so
Oh, yeah.
they'll hide them over here, or now that he has the door open,
Yeah.
they'll hide
So
them
I
in
guess
the
David will
goat
keep
stands.
the you know, the younger ones a little bit protected and separate. I love seeing that goat in the tub.
Once this is open, they'll hide it, so we have to
You
go search for
are
them.
so funny.
Aren't they fun?
Okay, hi guys. Oh, look at that. Yep, new family's coming soon.
Hey guys.
Not sure when, but I will definitely video it. Oh.
If I got the food, they would
Oh, look at how
wash
he.
all around
How
it.
did you get in there, baby?
See, watch where you're stepping.
How did you get in there? Well, I know, I'm stepping in mud.
I don't know what is in these pictures.
Well, he's gonna have to get out somehow. Oh, okay, good.
This is David's new thing. It's
I know,
really
he
nice.
built that. That's
Yeah.
really nice. You guys have a good daddy. He really cares for you. Yeah. I just came in from working out and it looks like Fig is giving me a package. Oh, it is from my friend, John and Kathy. I think I know what these are. Fig. I feel bad though, I'm probably gonna eat some. And I just worked out and I don't know if I should eat Christmas cookies, but I won't be able to help myself. Good stretch, good stretch. Good stretch, sweetie. I know you want me to feed you, but it's not your dinner time yet. No, not yet. Kitties always think that all gifts are for them too. But then of course the boxes are. You guys get the boxes and you can get the tissue paper. Excuse me. Let me open these. How cute. Now in the past, Kathy has always gotten me the cutest like little animal gifts. Let's see what this is. I think it's another animal. Oh, hi little bear. Thank you. How adorable. I think Fig is really going to enjoy this little bear. Looks like he's a gardener. Right, Theo? Yeah. Every year she makes cookies. I don't know, is this a duck? Is this a Santa hat? I guess all different kinds. It's amazing to me. Oh, there's a foot. Maybe the foot goes with Santa. Oh, these will probably be gone pretty soon. I see something. Oh, these look like those peanut butter ones with chocolate on top. How adorable. What's this? Maybe that's a candy cane that got broken? Anyways, it is so sweet to get cookies from a friend. one of her beautiful paintings that she had in her show for New York, her snow paintings. Thank you. Merry Christmas, John and Kathy. Love you back. Fig and Thea love you also. They're really, ooh, Fig. No, no, not your cookies. Scott and I are walking over to our neighbors, and we are going to move the chicks to the big house. Because David said that, you know, once it gets super chilly here, the big house is really enclosed, so the little chicks will be more protected. They do not know what excitement is coming. Woohoo! Don't worry, we're gonna protect you from Sadie. Oh my gosh, look at them. They know something's gonna happen. Hi, ladies. We're trying to figure out how Scott is gonna grab the chickens while I hold a cat carrier. This is precarious.
There's another door over there, right?
Yeah, we might need, this might be a 3-person job.
We'll need 2 people with somebody to push them over that way.
Oh, you got one! Okay.
I'm gonna open up that carrier.
No, Sadie. All right, we can do one. We can do one at a time.
No, they're down here, but we probably need to get them from both sides.
Okay.
I mean, are they all up there?
I don't know. Bluey's meeting his rooster, her rooster.
So David just said that roosters take care of the chickens. Oh, what's happening here?
Part of his.
This one
his
to me
harem.
looks like a gangster, and that just looks like a little baby princess that looks very yummy.
Very yummy.
To a rooster, maybe. They're all like going away saying, we didn't invite these new people here. Look at them all going so far away.
Out of towners coming.
Out of towners. Snooty out of towners who've been babied. All right, we'll go get your friends.
Bluey's whole world has been that cage.
Yeah.
Neat, huh? There you go.
This is not easy. It's like a comedy.
It's hard to reach them.
They have so many places that they can hide.
Come on. Oh yeah, let's
Sadie, you stay away from there. No chickens for you. Oh no.
get your feet
They
here.
just don't realize that they're going to be going to such a nicer place.
This is so funny.
It is funny. There's no way I would have been able to have done this by myself.
Oh yes, hi.
Oh, tickling his
Chicken catching is
feet.
usually done better at night
Yeah,
okay.
when they're tired.
when they're resting.
Well, come on.
Waiting patiently. You know, it's definitely pretty funny.
Come on, buddy.
David with a
Yes, you
pool
might can catch
strainer,
it easy,
Scott with a
Scott.
twig.
Yeah. Okay.
Aw. This one is actually, that Scott's about to catch, is kind of a little bully and would chase these two around. So
Oh, he's up there now. Yeah.
oh my gosh.
This is
Okay,
too funny.
this is funny.
Oh, there we go.
We'll try to catch them out there.
The catch.
Just you'll sit on
It took you, this is the one that was the hardest, took
You
forever.
should rest on your hand once you. There you go. There you go.
She's quite little.
I know, but fast.
Look at how calm she is right now.
She's the
girl.
fastest one.
And look at those, are those, they don't even want to leave the cage. Oh,
There you go.
you're going to have such a good time in
I
here.
know. Don't jump in that bucket.
They get out. But
Yeah.
All right, we'll try, should we try and get the white one and put her in here too?
Well,
Just so like overnight, because you just don't want to like have something happen,
I'll see if I can.
you know, during the nighttime where,
I'll do it right.
oh my gosh, you guys are going to have so much fun exploring.
Come on. Come on. There you go.
I'm going to show you a few pages of these books. I can't tell you how happy I am. Oh my goodness. There are so many I have not seen. So it's such a heavy book, I can't hold it and show it to you. So I have this stand. I mean, This must be, look, I can't even get this out. It's so bad. This is one of these stands that I had ordered from Amazon thinking that I would, you know, be able to put a drawing pad or something. See, and then you could put this up there and keep the page open. So I bet you this was meant for music, sheet music. Let's explore this book together for a tiny bit. Oh my gosh, there's just, everything is middle and ghost-like. And these probably were studies for paintings, but I think he probably, I mean, I'm guessing pretty early on, he realized that these were pretty fantastic. And I remember when I saw the pastels, or most of the pastels in that show, they were small. You know, they were gonna be about 11 by 14 or smaller. Look at that, lovely. What a lesson. I'm trying to make it so you don't get that in just perfect value structure. I mean, this also reminds me a lot of that book, you know, John Vanderpool, The Human Figure. Like not going in the shape and showing any detail. I mean, it just transfixes me. It really does. Oh, this is cool. He talks about the actual paper. So it says, Dewing always used brown paper for his pastels, although some of the examples have a grayish tint. Generally, his earlier works were executed on a light brown caramel colored paper. Those from the 1910s are on dark brown paper, and the latest examples from the 1920s are on medium brown paper. The term pastel on brown paper is used when the relative lightness or darkness of the paper is not known. Either the work is unlocated or the color of the paper is uncertain. The early pastels are generally small, based on the size to which Dewing's mentor, James McNeill Whistler, cut his own pastels, 10 by 6.5 inches. Goodness, these are small. I kind of remember a few slightly bit bigger. Oh yeah, here we go, 15 by 11. But gosh, 10 by 6. Holy cow. So far, I'm just skimming the different timelines, and I love just stopping on something. It also, you know, tells how much he sold a painting for. It says here in 1896, January 7th, attends auction of William Merritt Chase's collection after Chase dismantled his studio in the 10th Street studio building. He buys an Empire table from William Merritt Chase. So this must have all been stuff that was in a diary. Like tells like how much he paid. Oh my gosh, 10th Street Studio in 1901 pays $500 a year. Buys a flute. Oh, borrows Stanford White's flute and probably begins this painting. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Moves to Paris, where he takes an apartment at 8 Square de Croisic in the Montparnasse section. I mean, I just think that's so much fun. And if you're going there, you can like search that out and see what the building looks like. One of the distinctive kind of things you'll see in Dewing's work is how he framed stuff. And he used a lot of the Stanford White. Now, he's a famous guy. There's lots of stories about him. He was an architect, and he designed a lot of ornate, intricate frames for artists back then. But, I mean, could you imagine having your private framer and everything just looked like it should be in a, you know, a chateau or a castle? Here is a photo of Thomas Wilmer Dewing on the right, and it says 1851. He was born in Boston. And then it's fun because they give you what kind of probably like major events that happened in his life, and they'll do it in both books. In this book, they do show other artists, artists that Dewing was inspired by or maybe worked along. And this is one from his mentor, James McNeill Whistler. it says, oh, when was it done? 1889. And probably this is who he learned to do pastels from and working on the brown paper. And it's just fascinating because we're all inspired by, you know, who came before us, but then where do you take it, right? So this one was done in 1893. It was purchased in 1894 by Charles Lang Freer, you know, the famous guy who did the Freer Museum. Wow. These reproductions are just stunning because I have another doing book and I have seen a lot of his stuff on, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When was this? So a lot of this work you'll see is in the Freer Gallery of Art at the Smithsonian. Now the sad thing is that they don't always hang everything. So you have to keep an eye out in case they have traveling shows or in case they're going to have a retrospective. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm just so, now this is a famous one. So I've seen this one before. This is in 1894. Pastel on light brown paper, 10.5 by 7 inches. Smithsonian American Museum of Art. Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, I wish I could just go through every single page. I think for my longer video, I'm definitely gonna do some deep dives. I just am fascinated with how you can get away without doing any darks. I mean, I am so enticed by this. Gosh, this book is so heavy and hard to keep open. This clamp is not working. Oh, jeez. Something I think about with these pastels is, you know, this was before they had that type of paper that really grabbed the pastel. So I'm thinking that this is like any kind of carton paper or kind of a relatively smooth texture. So how did this pastel stick? What kind of, did they spray it? You know, I'm gonna see if they had any, I'm gonna kind of read some of, you know, the information, because that's what I think about, you know, the fact that it's so delicate, wouldn't it just disappear? Also, I mean, in general, I'm assuming that he did a lot of these with, you know, a pastel pencil, and definitely much more of a harder, you know, a more sturdy pastel, almost like a chalk maybe. I'd be so fascinated to know what their pastels were like. In 1894, he did a portrait of Annie Lazarus. Oh my God, my mouth won't speak normal. And I guess this was done in Detroit, and they said that he was paid $250 for this tiny, it's only, yeah, it's a little over 10 inch by 6.5. I mean, in 1894, getting paid $250 for something like this? Wow. I mean, it just shows you how lucky to be able to have an actual supporter, collector. Oh my gosh. So sweet. And to have this be like an actual commissioned piece, I mean, that's my dream, is to be able to do something that, you know, is, you don't have to do something super epic and take forever. Wow, look at that frame. Oh my gosh. This frame is unique in Dewing's pastel in that it is made of wood rather than the gilded fabric that Dewing usually employed. Holy moly, I love that. So how big is this? This is the same, 10.5 by 6.5. Oh my God, that's what I want to do from now on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yeah, I really want to know, how did they keep the pastel sticking to this paper? How did they do that? Oh, I just want to read everything. Oh my gosh. White and gold. White and gold indicates it was a Christmas gift to her, a lady to her husband in Buffalo, New York. White and gold. Probably a fancy dress she had just bought. All right, I think this will be it for this video, and I'm just going to make the more detailed, you know, better video for, you know, and actually this is just me too excited, and I just wanted to show you guys what was in these books. But I want to talk about this. So this was done in 1894 also, and you know, the idea, I remember when Sargent, you know, he would put his models in the chair that he liked, the clothes that he liked. He was in control. And so it says here, the precise technique and unified color date this pastel to the mid-1890s, when Dewing portrayed figures wearing pointed waists with slim skirts of the type seen here. He likely used the same garment as the one appears in oil painting The Blue Dress, which Charles Lang Frere bought in 1892. So you see, like, the collector actually bought maybe a beautiful gown, and then the artist used it over and over again. It says the artist seems interested in the sitter's personality, which he conveyed through certain physical disjunctions. Wow, that's an interesting word. In an emotionally charged gesture, the model throws her head back, looking sideways at the viewer. The subject's angular pose, sharply bent wrist, hint at inner tension. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dewing drew her splayed hand with amazing deftness. I mean, it's really just, the hand is just so hinted at this one little finger. Everything else is just left up to the imagination. While foreshortening the model's left arm at an angle perpendicular to the picture plane, the model may be the red-haired English girl named Miss Lambert, from whom Dewing worked with when in London, and James Whistler worked with. It would be really cool if we had the Whistler painting right next to it. Just like nowadays, I love documenting how artists will paint the same model and just looks so different. One other thing that I just love is, the great thing about pastel is you use the paper as a value, right? Don't fight it, don't fill it in, don't mass in color so you don't see the paper anymore. He used the paper as like a halftone. It influences everything. I can't wait to keep looking, but anyways, if you're excited or interested in this book, check it out. I think if you just Google, it was done by the Yale University Press.